Jessica, you don't. Oh, okay. Hello, YouTube. Today we are starting a new immersion in English. Um, so let pause the video on YouTube 1 minute. Oh my God. Okay. So, I will talk how Trinity works. Kiko introduce. Talk is a platform to develop your fluency in the language. And within the platform, we have English, Spanish, French, and Italian. Our philosophy is don't correct the other, be respectful, and the main point here is to practice your speaking and have fun. So it's a safe place to practice and just enjoy the conversation, the process, and do a network and have fun. So remember, I'm not English teacher. I'm a student facilitator. In search I'm my fluency in the language, just like you. So I think that's it. So I will guide this conversation. Today we talk about freedom. And my name is Swelling. I'm 28 years old. I live in a small city in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I have a degree in human resource and attend post-graduation degree in organizational psychology. Um, yeah, in my free time, I like to go out with my friends. Sometimes I hiking. And I think that's it about me. Luis, how about you? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, sure. My name is Luis. I'm from São Paulo. I live near from Campinas in a small city called Valinhos. I'm married. I'm 52 years old. I don't have kids. I have four dogs, four border collies, and my in the weekends I use it to be a volunteer in therapy assisted dogs called Medicão, and I take my dogs to visit hospitals, cancer centers, colleges, and this is it. This is all about me.
It's amazing. I love to do volunteer work. When I have time, I like to do. Thank you, Luis. Carlos, how about you? Can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Carlos, from Argentina. I live in Formosa City in the north. I am 30 years old. Uh, I work in software development. I'm here to to improve my English, my speak, listening, and uh, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. So, guys, I'll start with the questions. Carlos, I will start with you. So, the number one, how do you define freedom in your own words? And do you think it's more of an internal or external concept?
Yes. Uh, uh, the way I see it, freedom. Um, freedom. It's complicated. In each society, uh, uh, each society have concepts about freedom. Uh, I think I think it's internal concept. Each culture, each culture.
Mhm.
Um, for example, people in church have one concept. Peop Other people have other concepts. Uh, Concept freedom. Uh, it's from background in person. Uh, uh, I I think that. And
Yeah.
you, Luis?
Luis?
I, do you define freedom? Question number one.
Yeah.
It's a right. For me, it's a right. We have a right of freedom. It's in your constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are free to speak whatever you want without
Mm-hmm.
be you can be um, cobrado for what you say, but uh, it's a right. It's a
Mm-hmm.
human right. Freedom. Freedom to speak your, whatever you want to say, but you have consequences too.
Yeah.
So this kind of freedom is important, but there are other kind of freedom like slavery that is not good. I believe that there are serious consequences for who is slave,
Mm-hmm.
and the freedom should be a right for everyone.
Yeah. I agree, but I think nowadays exists slavery. I think some people do it nowadays, and it's difficult to how can I say that? Oh, Carlos, said it's difficult to find it because some people think that slavery it's a good not good job, but they receive some money, So I think they think it's a good job, but I think it's not because a lot of people that are in the slavery work, it's because they don't have studies. So
Hmm.
they can't notice the this slave, I think. So, but I agree with Carlos when Carlos said about the culture. I think freedom it's connected with the culture and the people that go to the church have I think have a limited freedom because okay, you go to the church and you have to follow the Bible, but I think I not judge anyone that go to the church, but I think some things in nowadays that we live is changed, so we can't follow the Bible, all the things that have in the Bible. So for me, is that in my opinion. But okay, so Luis, do you believe that freedom of speech should have any limit? If so, what kind of limits?
I believe the limits is my right to stop when your right to start.
Mm-hmm.
That is the limit that should be my freedom. I have a freedom to speak everything that I want, but my right is stopped when your right started. That is my opinion. That is the limit. You cannot offend people. You cannot be racist. You cannot be and I mean you cannot agree anyone with your freedom. Your freedom should have for you, only for you. And
Mm-hmm.
your rights, my rights stop you when your right starts.
Yeah, I agree with this, but I think some people have to do a self-knowledge because some people don't know how how put limits, and the some people don't I don't know how to say that in English. Some people don't know how to set, I think, to set a limit in themselves, like
Mm-hmm.
I want to say. So because sometimes the other person pass the limit, but you don't know how is your limit, so or your limit, and when people pass, you agree, and sometimes you you don't care about it. But I think it's because that many people do therapy because the limit,
Yeah.
So I think that's it. So, Carlos, how about you? What's your opinion about this question?
Uh, I agree with Luis. Uh, we are freedom, but exceeds limits. Uh, you should respect other people. You live in society, and you are free, but you should consider other people, um, uh, her space. Uh, you can speak any any word for the other person. Uh, you you can speak, but with respect. Um, um, do you believe in that freedom of speech? Mhm, mhm, mhm. And uh, other hand, uh, in the society, we have leave statutes, uh, and we should respect this because it's good for society. And I think limits, it's good. It's good. Um, uh, yes, I think that.
Okay, thank you, Carlos. I totally agree with you. I think some people, uh, like you and Luis said, must respect the other person, because because the freedom, people think that all the things it's free to you do, So I think it's not that way. So we have to be careful that we said, and what we say, and what we do. So I think it's important, because it's not because the freedom exists that you can do everything that you want, because we have laws, I think, laws, and we have respect it. So it's important, and they respect the other persons as well. So, Carlos, can you share a moment in your life when you feel truly free? What made that moment special?
And can you?
Huh?
Uh, I'm not sure, uh, to be honest. Uh, but uh, I'm always I'm feel free. Uh, but I'm not remember that moment sincerely.
I think,
Can you give one example for
yeah,
this?
I think you can say about maybe about your childhood, about your adolescence, maybe a moment that you feel free, maybe not in the how can I say that, in the society, like in your life. So I think you can see, maybe a travel that you go alone, you went
Mhm.
alone.
I remember when I had when I uh, uh, for 14, 14 years old.
Mhm.
Uh, I I I leave my house. I leave a house with my parents, and I'm I'm feel free. Uh, uh, I live in house with my grandma, and I'm free. But uh, that that experience was bad for me because the limits uh, my father, my mother give for me uh, uh, were good, uh, was good for me, and I can understand that. Uh, I understand after that when I have 30 years, uh, uh, when I have 14 years, I can understand uh, that limited uh, they impon impondo in my
Mhm.
life. Uh, I I'm feel free that that days, but it's not good for me, sincerely.
Yeah.
Uh, that is my example.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
I agree with you because I think when we were adolescents, I think adolescent is rebel, you know? So we don't like to listen our parents, and we think we are adult. So we like to do everything that we want. So I pass for this thing like you. And I think when you go, when you, I don't know, but I think when you go to your grandmother, grandparents, I don't know, I think your grandparent let you free, not like your parents, because I think it's different when your parents take care of you and your grandparents take care of you. I think it's different because your parents put limit in your life, and your grandparents sometimes it's not I don't know how to say that. It's not rude, but I think it's easier with you, not like your parents. I think you feel free to do your things without limit, but because the your grand sometimes I think it's not every grandparent, but sometimes a grandparent is so tired to to take care of you, so they just let you free to do everything you want, you know. So I think when your parents put limits is good, but when you are young, you don't understand it, but you understand when you get older. So I really understand you when you said it. So
mm.
would you like to agree something, Carlos? I think Carlos is freezing. Okay, so go ahead, Luis.
I currently I'm unemployed, and the moment that I felt free was when I delivered the toxic job.
Mhm.
I had a toxic boss that put a lot of pressure on me. So when I leave the job, I felt free. That was a very good moment, and I felt like I could understand how work works for me, what I should do for the next part. I'm looking for a job right now, but I feel free that I can find a better job than I wasn't. I was in a bad job and a toxic job. and I felt free when I leave the job.
And Luis, in nowadays, you will you feel some with some tiger. You know what tiger mean?
Tiger,
Tiger. I think tiger no, trigger, trigger,
trigger,
trigger.
trigger. Yes,
Because sometimes when you pass with this when these things happen, when you search for another job, we feel these feelings again, you know. So this is
yes. I'm
a
doing
trigger.
I'm doing a therapy right now.
Mhm.
I'm doing therapy because I had burnout in the last
Mhm.
job. So I'm totally anxious, anxiety, totally
Mhm.
anxiety. So I'm doing therapy. And the triggers comes a lot when
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for a job and I read the description of the job that comes to up, and then it's not easy to define, to deal with that.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't pass with this situation, but I understand about the anxiety because I'm very anxiety. I'm very anxious person, so when that happened with me, some triggers comes to me with the situation that I pass in the past. I feel so anxious, so for me it's bad. So I do therapy, and therapy help us with this. So I think it's important to do therapy.
It's helping me too. I take medicines.
Hmm.
I'm I'm really need medicines to be more calm and not anxious so far.
Yeah,
But
I think. Mhm.
right
Go ahead.
now I'm in a moment. I'm in a bad moment. My wife is going to do a surgery,
Mhm.
and I'm very anxious with that.
Yeah, this
So
is uh, active, active. I don't know how to say that. Tipo, atinge our feelings, you know?
yeah,
Yeah. I think I feel you because this uh about anxiety is so complicated to feel it, you know? So anxiety is the bad thing. But okay, Luis, thank you. So I go to the number four. So Luis, how does technology impact our freedom in today's society? How has how has the internet changed our perception of freedom? Do you see more positive or negative effects?
I believe the internet, social media made us more free, but we are seeing a big fight between Alexandre Moraes and Elon Musk currently.
Mhm.
So, social media, our freedom is in danger. They can censor us anytime. So, but I believe that the internet make us more free to speak, to leave our considerations, and then there is another positive thing. This is a positive thing that you can share what you think, what you believe. But the negative things are the fake news. You can
Mhm.
share fake news is not good. You need to have a consciousness to to be to understand what you are passing through to others, especially in political side. But
Yeah.
uh,
Um,
but I believe the social media, the internet technology made us more free.
mhm. Yeah, I agree with you in some parts because I think nowadays people I think hide in the internet, maybe create anonymous profile to
To say,
to to spread some fake news, like you said, to spread rude comments in on Instagram, on Twitter. So I think
haters.
yeah, the haters. So I think um in my opinion, is the middle. I think it's good. Internet is good because you like to for good people, for good person that want to spread the the good things, you know. But it's the negative effects when people do the in the bad way, do bad things. So like judgment, racism, so and the other things. I think it's a negative effect when technology impacts in that way because people like to when in the internet pew in the internet people feel free to do everything that they don't do in the outside the internet, you know. So I think
Mhm,
uh for me it's the both. They are the positive way and the negative way. So I think it's important to have a balance in the internet, mainly for the teenager and the child, the kids, because internet is a bad thing to kids and teenager because they they can turn anxious person, anxious people, and these things like because sometimes people create a community to spread this bad thing, you know, because
mhm,
I think in the Facebook it's these things happens a lot. I don't know if it Twitter or Twitter, no, X nowadays is X, and the on the Instagram, I don't know. I think in Discord happens a lot because some news app appear, I think, on the TV and on internet, but I don't know because I don't follow these things. But I know this happens a lot. So, Carlos, what's your opinion about this question, number four?
Okay. I think technology is good, um, uh, but in relation freedom, um, I think um, uh, I think uh, I'm, uh, to be honest, I'm not sure. Uh, uh, I think the technology uh, uh, m- made made uh, uh, the technology have control. Uh, the people can the people are more connected. The people are more connected because social media. Uh, I think the people it's have uh, less freedom. Uh, that that um, uh, I think it's positive, the impact of technology, but in relation freedom can be negative. Uh, but depend how do how you use technology. In my case, for example, uh, I'm uh, l- less 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 free because I have very social media, and people can to ask me uh, with different forms. I'm less free.
Mhm.
Uh, mm,
So
uh,
you don't have social media, something like Instagram
uh,
or
I have I
you
have
have?
I have Instagram, Facebook.
Mhm.
Uh, yes. Uh, uh, I I won't say um the the technology changed my life. Uh, uh, at the moment, I'm uh, um, eu sou menos livre. Não sei
Mhm.
como dizer.
Yeah, I
Uh,
understand you. I think less free less. I don't know. Let me search for it. But go ahead.
um, uh, but technology is good. Uh, so that's it.
Yeah, it's less free. It's less free. You can say less free. But thank you, Carlos. So I will go to the number five. In what ways can individuals lose their freedom without realizing it? Luis, what do you think?
As you said, in bad jobs,
Mm-hmm.
people usually that don't have study a lot, that can lose their freedom and don't realize that because they are in bad jobs receiving so a payment, a lost payments, and then they can be servants. They can are slaves and they don't know what we see in television, in TV shows, programs where people were libertados from bad jobs, and then they don't they work for to pay the travel to go to from Nordeste to Southwest, for example. They work for to pay the travel.
Mm-hmm.
They have to work to pay the travel. They have to work to pay the accommodation. They have to work to pay the alimentation, the food. So they work only for to live and not don't receive your payments. So that one way that the perceptions they don't realize they are slaves.
Yeah, I totally agree, Luis, because I think when you said it, I remember some things about I think it's soap opera, novelas,
Hmm.
because change no show us about this, but about in the prostitution way. And when you do have to do it, some people there are people that have this job, do it when they traffic it, the woman, the girl, and the human traffic do it sometimes when you go to work in this way. I don't know how to say obrigado, né? Você tem que trabalhar obrigado. So people do it. Pay your pay no. Bought your oh my God, buy your clothes, buy some things, and after that you have to pay it, and you don't have money to pay. So they use it to let you in the slavery work, and
Hmm.
slavery things. So I think human trafficking and the things like you said do it a lot. So it's complicated, very complicated, and they can go go back to their homes because they they can't pay these things. So it's complicated. So Luis, no, sorry. Carlos, how about you?
Mhm. I'm agree with Luis. You can see in the job, in the work. Uh, for example, in my life, my boss uh, uh, to oversee my social media. Uh, it's I don't like that. Uh,
Look at him.
uh, uh, I angry because
Mhm.
that. Uh, but uh, other example, you can see when you know other countries. For example, you see Cuba, you see Korea North, you see Chinese or Russia, uh, and you think uh, I'm here, I'm good in Argentina, for example, Brazil.
Mhm.
Uh, you are free, you are free for sing, you are free to live, um, to eat. Um, it's good.
Yeah, I think
Um,
when you said about it, it is a good point because people in South Korea, not, sorry, North Korea, they live in bad life, I think, because the people that in the power. So I think we complain about our lives, but I think our lives in the North Korea is better no, is worse than ours, but ours life, So I think it's different. I don't know. So, but I think they are used to living that way because they live in every years in this way. So I think for a day it's good, but for us it's not good. But Carlos, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupt you.
um, n- it, it's everything. That is
Is
everything.
everything okay? I think about your boss in your social media. I think you can block him to see your things. Maybe see just things that you want that he seen. He sees. So he sees. So because I think it's complicated because sometimes people lost your job with this thing because they like to put everything in the social media and the people see it and the tell for the survivor no supervisor, I don't know how to say that, supervisor, and the leader or the boss. So I think it's complicated to share everything in the social media. I think it's complicated.
Mm.
So
I
go ahead.
I I block it.
Block it.
I block it.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing that you do. Okay, guys. I think you are in the number five, isn't it?
Number
I'm sure.
6.
Number six. Okay. So thank you, Luis. So, Luis, I will start with you. How important is the freedom to choose honest career or path in life? Have you faced any challenge in this area?
I believe that is much important to feel free to choose your career, your professional life, your path. I didn't face any problem with my father, with my mother. They leave me to choose what I want to study, and that was very good. I feel free to choose what I would like to do. By the way, I work with technology,
Mhm.
and then I believe that it's very important to choose. maybe sometimes the father, the mother try to realize their dreams in their sons. They choose that my son will be a doctor, my son will be an engineer, and then it's not good. They should leave their child to choose free what they want to do. I didn't pass by this. For was very good for me.
Yeah, I think there exists respect in your family because I think parents and the kids have be respectful with the choice that other person that live in your family have because it's complicated once you when do you want to do one thing and your parents have want to want oh my God, I forgot how can I say that it's is want your parents when your parents want to you to do other things. I think that's it. So I think your parents put their dreams in above your dreams, you know? So
Hmm.
I think there are to exist respect. So and some kids and some teenager have to put limit. I think it's difficult to put limit because you want to respect our parents, but I think it's important to put limit since you are a child because if you don't put limit, I think your parents um I don't know how to say ultrapassa your limits because sometimes your parents don't know how to take care of you, you know, because they don't learn it in the past, you know. So I think and they don't go to the therapy so to learn how to create your to create to take care, I think, or how to grow you. So I think it's important to to be. I think it's important to have respect. I think that's it. So I don't know if you guys understand me. I think it's
Understood.
complicated. Okay. So Carlos, uh, what's your
Mm.
opinion?
Uh, I think
Oh, Carlos
it's
freezing? Oh, I'm freezing.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Carlos.
Okay. Uh, for me, it's important you choose one career uh, for you feel free. And I'm 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 not problem uh, with uh, I'm not problem in my life with that point. Um my parents give me uh, support uh, in this area. Uh, uh, it was important for me, and I'm I'm not have problem with that. Um, I I changed my career. Uh, Now I work in in software development. I like more this, and the difference. I I like this, and I'm enjoy to work. I enjoy to work. it's important to me. Uh, so that's it.
Sorry. Thank you, Carlos. So, guys, I think we have 10 minutes to finish. I think we can answer more questions. So, number 7, Carlos said about the culture in the beginning of this immersion. So, Carlos, I think you live in Argentina, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how the different culture around the world celebrate and value freedom? Can you give an example? I don't know if you know about the freedom about Brazil. I don't know if you perceive some things different in Brazil and Argentina, and you can share.
Um, for one moment.
Okay.
How how do different countries around the world celebrate value freedom? Can you give an example? I don't understand. Celebrate and value freedom.
I think celebrate can do maybe. Like you said, in the North Korea, they don't can celebrate things that the other country celebrate because they have I think it's not totality government. I don't know how to say that that government government I think, but you know the culture is different. So here in Brazil it's you can do everything because you're free, but if you go to the North Korea you can't do everything because they
Okay.
there it's different, so you don't
Okay.
can celebrate this this thing. I think it's
Okay.
that way.
Uh, mhm. I live it. I live it in Brazil, in Itapuá, Santa Catarina. I know Rio Grande do Sul, São Paulo, Minas, Paraná, and I I love you, Brazil. Uh, in my opinion, is similar. Brazil, Argentina, in the culture exists uh, various difference, various difference, uh, but in freedom, it's it's similar, n- not not very different. Um, uh, yes, I like very things in Brazil. Uh, but that point, freedom, I think, uh, not very different
Mhm.
here. Um, mm, that's it. Excuse
That's
me.
it. Okay, not problem. So, Carlos, I would like to ask something because I go to the Argentina last year, but I go to the I went to Cordoba. I don't know if you know Cordoba. And the went I when I was there, I saw some protest. I think he is I don't know if it's it's because the state, but I think here in Brazil some protest it's dangerous because the people and the police don't respect some protest and they like to hurt the people and do these things. But when I was in the Argentina, Cordoba in Argentina, I see the protest because I go in the elections time, you know, so I see some oh my God, protests, and I think the people there it's calm with this. It's different in the Brazil. I don't know if the police hurt people and the um in some situation I don't know how to say that in English, but usa spray de pimenta and armas. I don't know. So you can say it because you use it to live there. It's different in that way or not?
Okay. At that point, it's complicated. Uh, when governo right govern, um, it's complicated. Uh, the protests, it's not permitted. But when governo izquierda,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the people are free to do protests, um, any any place, and they uh, cortan a rua. uh, it's very bad. Uh, at the moment, exists politic from police, uh, not permit people uh, cortar a rua,
Mm-hmm.
but they can protest. They can protest with limit,
Mm-hmm.
with respect. Uh,
Yeah.
they can cortar rua.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, I
it's
know. I understand.
it's it's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
If uh, they cortan rua with respect, uh, good.
Mm-hmm.
But if people uh, to do protests with problem, police, uh, police, fight with
Mm-hmm.
they. It's
Yeah,
the
I know.
difference. Uh, Governo, govern rights here. It's with more
Mm-hmm.
order. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a difference.
Yeah. Sometimes here in Brazil is a mess. But thank you, Carlos. Luis, how about you? What's your opinion about this
I,
question?
I worked for Ericsson Telecommunication, and I
Mm-hmm.
work in a global services delivery center. So I had a chance to visit a couple countries, and I went to Cuba for 1 month. And
Mm-hmm.
then I saw that the freedom there is limited, different from the USA, where the freedom is a culture. They they have a culture that the freedom, and but in the Cuba they have problems if they speak against the government.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I I agree. I saw some videos on YouTube and some news on the Instagram and the internet, so I think it's really different. So thank you, Luis. So welcome aboard, guys. Again. So I sent the survey on the chat. And I would like to please you to enjoy the conversation. I don't know if you like the oh my God, the subject, I think, the topic about the
Mhm.
freedom. And we don't have more time to discuss and to ask for everyone, but I really agree and appreciate your invited. I think, I don't know how to say that, tipo, entraram and talk in the immersion. And thank you and see you in another immersion, okay? See you, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.